Hey y'all. Hey, if you've been thinking about putting a little window in your cargo trailer, got something here that you might want to take a look at. Come on inside and I'll show you what I did. Now this is a little flush mount window that I found. It's actually for like little kids' playhouses and such, but I checked it out and it's tempered glass. I don't know how well you can see that, but and it's also got a screen on it, which is something that I really wanted for this because we wanted to take it camping. Now this is a 14 by 21. It's made in China, but it's a 4x4 grid with a flush mount. It says it can be looked at shedwindowsandmore.com. There's a phone number, but I found mine on Amazon. They were $29, and I think there was, something in addition to that for shipping. But here's what it looks like on the cargo trailer itself. It is flush mount, and I put some caulk up in there behind it. You can't really see that too well, but I'm going to come back here and put some clear silicone on this. But let me go inside and I'll kind of show you what it did. Now to open this window up, you just push these two little latches to the interior and then lift it up. And it's got, I don't know, 3 or 4 different little settings that you can raise it to. And then it locks back into place. It's got a little screen and it'll keep the moisture out if the rain starts coming in while you're camping. Now let's take a little closer look at the way it was mounted. Now one thing that caused me a problem was this particular fastener that the trailer manufacturer used. It has an 8-point star, and I couldn't find any of those. I think there was 7 or 6-point stars that were pretty easy to find, but they would just strip these out. So what happened was I came in the back and just popped this plywood out using a pry bar like this, and then I got on the back of the screw. Once I got the plywood off the back, I was able to come in here with a pair of vice grips and latch onto the back side of the screw tip and then turn it and then drive the screw out by just twisting it from the inside. Now I had some siding on the inside of this trailer that I had to remove, so I pulled this off, which was just stapled on, and then I had some really strange kind of screws, what I thought. I don't know how well you can see that. It looks like a Phillips, but in actuality, let me see if I can find one over here. It was a nail that had a little Phillips head, and it's about 1 inch long. They were shot from a gun, and they shot right through the plywood and shot into this metal here. And this is kind of what you would call, I guess, a Z or an S track. It's not your standard. Well, I didn't think it was kind of standard anyway. But that's what I had to work with. These windows were, I think, 14 wide on the actual window itself, and then the flashing came out another 1 inch. So in order to get it to flush mount on the outside, I had to come in here and cut away part of this S channel here, or Z channel. And I did that with a circle saw, and I had to put a metal blade on my circle saw to get that to happen. So, and then I used a grinder to kind of clean it up because it made some really sharp edges right there. Now that's mostly going to be covered up back with plywood, but to frame it out so that the top flashing could have some screws to go into, I cut a little piece of 16-inch 1x4 here, and just jammed it in there, and then I came over on this side. Maybe you can see where I put a screw there and a screw there, and the same for this side over here. I had to get back up in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but anyway, there's a couple of screws there, and then the bottom, the same application there. Now the screws in the flashing of the window met this metal piece, so I was able to just put a screw into that, or put multiple screws into that. And I pre-drilled it so that I didn't have to really jam down on the screws and risk, breaking my window by slipping or something like that and running my bit through it. But over here, I took just a little piece of 3/4 and put a little piece of wood stripping right in there so that I would have something to screw to from the outside. So all the way around this window, I've had something to be able to screw I guess the flashing of the window too. So anyway, that's the way it came out, I'm going to go ahead and get all this plywood put back on here, and then we're going to take it camping and see how it goes.